And this is for the state of Texas. You know, I couldn't create a lot of things for what's going on right now, but I want the state of Texas to create a, to show my account on my network because people say they got no more network than me. The news, and they won't let me create the Dallas news on there. And they say they got more network than me. Dallas, Texas say they got more network than me. Trap Boy Freddy got more network than me. So let's test that theory to Dallas, Texas. Let's test that to the liars in the city. Let's test that with dumb niggas instead of passing by with niggas and paying people for things. So let's test those things where racism still giving money. Now they won't let me put Governor Abbott in this post. But I want to tell you something. Let's test that. Let's get Trump to get my network. And while your news support your liar, I got 1 billion fires more than you. Now tell Texas, you know, I just wrote the Justice Department about my lawyer. And the first time I met Miss West said something about, I got a lot of clients. I work with a lot of clients, right? I'm the realest client you got. I want her to know something. I'm the realest client you got. I want her to hear me. I'm the realest client you got. You hear me? God say, Texas, I'm the realest client you got. I want him to hear me. Texas, I want Texas to hear me. God said, we the realest client you got. We the trillest client you got. Where liars at in the city that come up and want to fight. Hey, this is for them. We the trillest client you got. I want them to hear me. I want them to hear me. God say we the realest. Ms. West, I told us on the Justice Department, since they racists want to put my court on the back burner and get a Texas, and one nigga gonna come to me the other day, oh, you work for me. Go ahead with that lying ass shit, nigga. When Yellow Breezer lied and Trap Boy Freddy. We dealing with liars in this community, in this society. And people want to talk about what they don't know. And they all in my business. And they don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, this community, these niggas that's acting up behind. And Yellow Breezy, believe in Yellow Breezy in them. Let's bring those networks. When I came back from Atlanta communicating with everybody, and I talked to New York, fights was breaking out. God said, you will not win this fight right now. God said, we the trillers. We the trillers. We the realest. When Ms. Westford, I just messaged the Justice Department and the civil rights against the state of Texas, against the disability, of them being racist. You know what I told them? We the trillest client that you ever met. She told me when I first met her, after I asked for a new lawyer, right? And she said something about, oh, I got a lot of clients. Woman, I'm the trillest client you have. I'm the realest. And I'm a Texan. You remember when you told me, oh, and the first time we met in that office and that, I wanted to know my intelligence and how they tried to play me. Racism in that courtroom. And look, Kiki say they know the game is still ready. God say don't play with his children. Don't play with his children when Texas can't keep it true with God. When Dallas lies, don't play with God. And that quorum tried to break. I don't want nothing to do with you. They want to know what they did trying to break the mindset. And I had to go through all of this. And they going to lie about a lady. And I hate when other communities got a problem. You know the lady in Addison before I moved, she said, oh, you acting like shut up when the governor and mayor trying to hide his cause. And what he did to me up in that mall. Shut up, lady. Y'all always talk about something. And God said, you don't know what you're talking about. When the Dallas police, they want to help me. When they turn in and laugh. And we out to sue the Justice Department for 30 million. Ain't thinking God the trillers and the realest. And these niggas scoping, listening to that dumb nigga Yellow Breezy. He gonna be put to death with these dumb niggas. Him and Houston. I bet you the gang members be put to death. You know everybody that's in that jailhouse that's getting out. And I want their life. I don't want them to sit in jail. Because look what you're showing the example right now. Look what you're doing. You don't know it. You probably get that kid 35 years. Whereas that deserves life in prison. And or be put to death. You don't know how to make an example. That's the difference between you. You don't know how to make an example. God says state of Texas don't know how to make an example. These same niggas that's gonna come out here and do the same thing, they gonna think you gonna get them 35 years and not put these kids to death and show them we are not, the God is not to be played with. You need to make Texas out an example. That same kid, God said you need to make out an example. Hey, that's why people gonna keep doing, and these niggas think they can do what they do with Yellow Breezy. You ain't making it out an example. God said, let's speak. We gonna tell the state of Texas. God said you can't make an example. Right? These kids, I watched the new DFW this morning. Everybody that was on my social media was watching it. God said, these niggas and these gang members and these kids think you gotta leave. God said, you can't make an example out of this kid, Texas. He deserved the death penalty and life in prison without parole. Let's make an example for those one put to death. You can't make an example. That's why things will keep happening. God don't want to hear that when they listening to everybody. And these kids listening to these niggas and listening to Yellow Breezy. God don't want to hear that. God watching that shit. That's why things keep happening. You got to make an example. And God is watching what Texas Dallas courtroom is going to do. We watching. God is watching. We're going to tell him God is watching. Because if these niggas listening to Yellow Breezy and listening to him, God said you got to make an example. You got to make an example to listening to lies. What are you going to do, God said, state of Texas, with this kid? You got to make an example. Where the example at? Where the example at? Yellow Breeze and them think they can get away what they got away with? And Carrollton, Texas, and these kids think they can come up? Make them out an example. Don't give them that easy way out, God say. When they listening to these niggas and these lying ass niggas, God said don't give them a easy way out. We got to lead by example. Yellow Breeze and them don't want to lie. God say make an example out of them. Try boy Freddie and Oak Cliff now want to lie. I'm going to tell you, make an example out of that kid. God is watching. Hey, yeah, Texas suck because they don't believe in God. You saying Texas suck. Yeah, Texas maybe suck because, hey, y'all the one that's giving me the critical. Hey, you saying Texas suck, right? Right? Hey, because Texas don't believe in God, right? Hey, I'm not just on YouTube here talking to people. You said Texas suck, right? Because they don't believe in God. Right? Yellow Breeze and them in Houston, what Trap Boy Freddie and them started this lie. And God said we're going to finish. And I'm going to text my lawyer. You remember when we first met? You said you got other clients? I'm the trillest. And I'm the realest. What I just told that thing. God is the realest. And he the trillest. America the trillest. And the realest. Yellow Breezes say nobody can mess with him. God said I can mess with you, nigga. I'm doing good. How you doing? How you doing? How y'all doing today? How you doing today? I'm doing good. How everybody doing on my social media? You know, I've been on every platform, and Trump got it, and the network got it. The Texas network got it. And Dallas talking a whole lot of stuff. And Dallas Fort Worth backing each other up with lies and deception from Oak Cliff. And they holding it down. You wouldn't have made it because of me. You and God, like Wayne told them, you wouldn't have made it because of me. You made it because I kept it real. God said, you made it because I kept it real. Like Lil Wayne told them, you made it because I kept it real. Y'all Dallas and Fort Worth, nigga, you terrorized to get it. But God said, I still keep it real in front of you. While you lie. And y'all niggas stunt with money in DFW and Texas. Slim Thugger said something about coming up and talking. We can communicate not just outside. We can communicate on different social media. One thing they doing, we getting on UP Live, we getting on different apps, and I'm listening. It's not all about me when I go on other websites, when I'm talking. What do you like? Well, it's not all about me. People from Chicago, New York, everything that's been going on, right? And he got a motive. Nigga, you got a motive to come from under that seat and go to that jail for a plot, nigga, for a racism plot. You in your community, nigga, and your society, you little racism. And I'm going to tell Ms. West, you remember when you first texted me and you say you got a lot of clients? I'm the realest client you met. I'm keeping it real with you, but you ain't keeping it real. Texas ain't keeping it real, and God don't respect that. God don't respect that, you heard me? Hey, we ain't trying to entertain Snapchat and Instagram, all this lying stuff on YouTube, and people that want to support because they so busy trying to team up and come up while they lie and fight for a position together. God said we don't rock like that. We'll win without you. Shit. A real bitch gonna have to pill up on me. Say, I'm feeling you. But if a real bitch ain't pulling up on me, fuck it then. That's how I feel. All this fake shit that's going on, man, I don't lie to it. You know, one thing everybody at Walmart tell me, everybody at 2996 asks how me and your baby mama, how you and your baby mama met. I'm gonna tell you how she met. She told me what she wanted. Everybody that worked at Walmart with me, how did we met? She kept talking to me each day. And everybody wanted to know how we met. And she said, Hubert, she approached me. I'm busy in an open relationship. I told her, let me settle this stuff. Because I know Nikki was not going to come out and do right. And she did exactly what she was going to do. Hang back out with the same people. She did exactly what she was going to do. Hang back out with the same, her brothers and them jealous of what she have. You got Nikes, we going to Foot Locker. And that's the bad part that happened in that open relationship. Her mom and her brother were jealous. And dealing with that open relationship in Dallas and talk about that. That's the way I hated and why that relationship that open relationship, and her friends kept on trying to take, and her mom and her brother was jealous about what I was doing for her. So that's why that relationship, jealousy from family and friends, would cause that relationship to not be the way it was, and it happened in Garland. And this dude was jealousy. That's what it caused. Anytime you go into Foot Locker and he talking about it, everything I buy at Foot Locker is legit. We going to the mall and buy it. It's legit from Foot Locker and Champs. So we ain't getting it from no cheap store. No flea market store. Everything we buy is legit. And that jealousy that came between that. So understand it. Same thing when I was 14. Intimidation came up in the relationship. I had to deal with Christina, where she let somebody intimidate her. And that's the difference when we talk about relationship, where people are intimidated. And don't I had to deal with that at U-Haul. Like, me and this girl, we into each other. She like my dude. She used to go to be a DJ at a club, and Uche up there intimidating, and I saw her spirit behavior. It's all about the spirit behavior or what we say. And I'm like, same thing with Sabina. Like, y'all letting people intimidate y'all, and you can't be strong enough. Me, I'm the only one that's strong in this situation. Like, literally. I'm the only one that's strong in this situation. And this nigga said a motive. God said, you been knows about me. You ain't taking no losses? That's on me, baby. God said, we ain't taking no losses. Give me all of me. Yellow Breezy. Now, I want him to hear me. Give me all of me. Kevin Gates knows about me. And these niggas steady with that, man. Should you want to put out there, that's a conspiracy. That means we coming to get you, God. And you're going to be put to death in front of your kids. You ain't sitting there, nigga. You ain't sitting there, you lying, nigga. You think Joe Biden, they think they really slick in Dallas. Like, they don't know. There was Ben Washington, Carrollton in the mall when Trump was down. You see, that's the difference. That they don't know they was being watched. OGP, we steady lying. Look at them, steady lying. Steady lying to each other. Instead of making up lies and coming up with lies. God said, you're going to pay for that lie, OGP week. God said, we're going to let God fight our battles with y'all Dallas lies. And my lawyer don't want to hear nothing. I couldn't trust her. Because the first time I told her I wanted her to sit up there and tell the DA and that judge, and she didn't. And that what made me not trust her. That what made, I told her I wanted to go and straight in there. I mean, no games. I want you to go straight in there and tell her that's broke the trust of my state attorney. And I told the justice, I'm going to have to make sure. That's when we first met. I told her what you need to go up in there and say. She wasn't on my side the first day because she couldn't say what I told her to do. She could have came back to me and told her this is how it's going to be. I told her if they couldn't take care of it, like Judge Kennedy didn't want to, why are you trying to erase the cause? And Judge Kennedy didn't want to hear nothing I got to say. Let those 911 calls when they turn it. Let those 911 calls. The mayor want to lie, right? When I call her assistant, let's talk about it, right? Hey, I didn't just call DJ Envy or Kanye West. You really think you that clever, right? Liars in Dallas. I got New York bars in my New York bars that I called. You think you really that clever with your lies, but they want to toss me to the side where they give to you. And And Judge Kennedy, you know why I was in? He got a motive. Let me tell you, I'd rather them put Joe Biden's daughter as a Walmart CEO than put your coward self in there. They don't even trust y'all lying black people. You're lying right now. And Yellow Breezy lying with the rest of Houston. They're putting y'all lying self in there. And he got a motive. You better sit your coward self down and pay me my money. And I told the Justice Department, Governor Abbott already know, let's talk about it. You think they was in the way? See, they think they really got this figured out. They think they really know everything. Trump was already watching me since Atlanta. And some government agents on my social media. I didn't know it at first. I had to catch on. So they had my social media already. This was about Social Security. And first it was about a scripture that a preacher called me a liar in Atlanta about. But God just told me, he just gave me a gift that you're a liar. And I see your spirit. God just gave me more gift that you're a liar. Atlanta, Clay County preacher. And I'm going to tell him that when I message the Justice Department, how I feel about the preacher situation. God said, you are the preacher in Atlanta. See, when you're under power, I can't speak up. But God said, when you got a bunch of security guards supporting your little lie, God said, you're a liar. And I will see your spirit and what you stand for. So that same guy in Atlanta, Clayton County in 2019, God told me, I see my enemy's spirit. And that preacher in Atlanta, Clayton County, he is my enemy. He questioned my faith in God. He looked for answers, and I'm not looking for answers. So while we at it, we're going to attack what that Atlanta preacher said in Atlanta in 2009 and 18 when he called me a liar. God said, you a liar and you an enemy that's still searching for me. And I'm up in the spirit. God said, I tell your loved ones that I'm sleeping in my heavens. And they don't know that my spirit have left my heavens. And I enter the heart that is pure. God said, your loved one watches me while I sleep. Him and Jesus watching me while I sleep. Jesus, I can leave the heavens or God. Either way you want to switch it. God and Jesus both sacrificed. And he said something. Your loved ones think I'm sleeping and I'm in a deep sleep, but they don't know my spirit has left my heavens. I said when I was in church in the city the other day, we ain't worried about when I was in church in the city the other day, last Sunday, I'm walking through one door. The lady opened through, they say, hey, how you doing? Then the kid come through the second door. He opened the door and I tell him, go ahead, go in. And then when I carried the door, the guy with the suit, spirit behavior passed me. His spirit behavior, he was jealous. His body motion told me everything that I needed to tell him. We don't see the devil, we see body motions. But God said, I see your spirit and your body motion. And that is deep. But God said, I'm only here for a little bit to give my son his knowledge and keep his body wide. You have crossed the line. Legislators, you are unworthy of your title. God said you are unworthy of your titles. George Washington and Abraham Lincoln speak from the heavens. All the people that speak, that passed away, that died, you are unworthy of your titles with Social Security. You listen to them, but you don't want to listen to us. And I'm going to tell you that. You listen to them, but you don't want to listen to us. You rather listen to your community, but when it comes to disability, you can't listen to us. You rather listen to them, but not listen to us. And I'm going to tell the Justice Department against the Social Security. You listen to your society, but you can't listen to God, children, disability. You hear businesses out, but you can't hear us out. I told Atlanta they was not going to get away in the car center. The guy that turned it and laughed and told me to shut up and kept hanging. The thing is, you don't want to listen. You want information, but you don't want to listen. You just want the information. You don't want to hear what we're going through. You don't want to hear the racism that we're going through. But you with the business. Senator Ted, God told me everything that I needed to know when you got with that business. God told me everything that I needed to know. Senator Ted, God told me everything that I needed to know when I'm watching. I've been observing you for a long time, even when I was in Atlanta. You might don't know, but I've been observing you for a long time. I know this day was going to come, but let's deal with this situation. Your businesses have a problem, and I don't want to deal with them no more. I will not sacrifice. God said I asked for something from Joe Biden and the rest of them. We ain't worried about this selfish community and how this business act. We ain't worried because Tung just got sued. We ain't worried about their smart mouth and I didn't do him nothing. So we're going to talk about another thing what she just said. So we ain't worried about those things. So I'm going to tell you something else. You listen to them, but you can't listen to us. You hear these business in your community and your law enforcement and them, but when it comes to this, I will not bend down to you. God would not bend down to you. In Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, when that veteran couldn't hardly sit down and his legs was shaking, and you made him stand by the elevator, right? That guy in window D, the Mexican, I told him I was going to deal with him. Atlanta is the worst Social Security ever. I talked to people from around the world, and they say they had the same problem with Social Security. I think Trump knows it, right? Banned me from New York. People in New York told me they got a Social Security got an issue. I wanted to have that a job to go to every Social Security around the world to peep out the behavior. But it seemed like other plans got ruined. Right? If I can talk to people in other states about the Social Security, what that mean? Bambi from New York, she even told me. Some New Yorker people say they got the same problem with Social Security in their state. So why take Capitol Hill talking all of this stuff, but you talking about not, but you don't want, you know what that lady, I'm going to tell you what that lady told me. She said, I can't decide the discipline for the call center and the workers, but who going to decide? Because you're not willing to address it. You're not willing to address the issues with Social Security and the call center and other call center issues. Look how that lady didn't want to help me. I said, you don't know. You're going to take my message. You're going to write down stuff, and you're going to do that. You're not going to tell me you ain't going to help me. And they don't want to listen. You know goddamn well when we go to that Social Security website and we go in there and put that, you're not going to listen. You don't want to deal with that. You rather deal with your community than deal with disability. She told me to sue us. The lady at the corner center told me to sue us if you want, right? For neglect and abuse And not here, and it's not like that. When I sat down in that office and that worker was treating me bad at my local office, he told me something. I think shut up, whatever he told me. And the security guard said, damn, when I caught him out the corner of my eye. And he said, that's not like that. Right? And he talking about he the police. I caught his spirit. And I caught Miss Lee's spirit looking down on me. Why would, the thing is, I had my head down because Miss Lee ain't trying to understand me. You know, I remember getting mad at Miss Lee. I came in with my open relationship, and I remember when the Mexican worker and Miss Lee met me on the other side of the Social Security office. And Miss Lee said something, and then the other guy teamed up on me. And I remember saying this. I ain't no lazy, and I ain't no let nobody tell me what I can't do. I mumbled my words to her. I'm not gonna let nobody tell me what I can't do and what I can't learn on the job. And I mumbled it. I mumbled it because I was mad at her. And I mumbled it. Y'all don't understand us, but you understand them. We done. Y'all don't understand us, but you understand them. What happened when I kept calling and I talked to somebody in Washington? I found out they got a Social Security in Mexico, right? What happened when I kept calling and I went to my Social Security office? Your workers started panicking when I told them I talked to somebody in Washington, D.C. What Washington, D.C. told me about what this is about in the interview, right? We talked about this, what this is about. And he talking about you the police. You ain't that. Well, I couldn't record your behavior. So when we in the Social Security office, they don't want us to record something. Why we can't record? Tell that guy at my local office why he told me I can't record him. We're going to tell the Justice Department why I can't record him. Because he treat me bad with the workers and they doing something they got no business doing. I'm going to tell him, Miss Crystal, what that security guard told me. When I had my recorder on, you know what he said? You can't record, right? Why I can't record? You doing something you got no business doing, right? And he get mad and talk about he the police. Take that fake ass badge off. Because what you did when I was posted up when that guy was treating me bad, and you going to say, damn, why you was posted. I caught you out the corner of my eye. God said, I catch on to your spirit. Miss Lee, I had my head down. And Miss Lee was looking down on me. They don't understand these banks can be jealous. Miss Lee, I told you. When you called the bank and you said that's okay, all of y'all looked at me some type of way and I saw y'all spirit. You wasn't with me. I saw your spirit, Miss Lee. We're going to talk about that when we get on the phone right now, when we talk about that with the Justice Department. When you tell me that's okay, when all of your workers' spirit behavior was acting up, you didn't trust me. And I went to my bank and I argued with them, don't give me the wrong, and they told me don't call me. No, don't give me the wrong information. And banks are being jealous. Y'all don't understand where we coming from. Where banks are being jealous how much you got in your account. They don't understand what we got to go through. But when I left, you said you was proud of me. But I have canceled. But this is what this is about. God say, when they so busy winning, why should we have to pay? When they so busy winning. When they church in the city care about their kids and Governor Abbott care about them more than they do disability or growth of disability. But that's a problem, right? You know, in 2019, before I got banned, it's a lady. She got the same name as my auntie Linda. And I'm not working, I'm talking to the customers. And I'm not working. And this lady, me and her we in the deli, we talked about this. That state of Texas don't invest in disability. They have no scholarship. Brookhaven, North Lake, none of them don't invest in disability. When we get out of high school, they left with nothing. Then I went to University of Texas. Who gonna wait for you? Who gonna wait? It's like telling Social Security to stop on my growth. It's to let these managers and these racist people determine who gonna wait on Texas University. God ain't gonna wait on Texas University or Social Security while my growth of racism trying to be stopped. I warned Doug Miller each time. Jeff Steve. I told Steve each time and Jeff, either you teach him how to walk, they kept lying with racism. And I walked off, and then I warned Jessica. I looked Jessica in the eyes by that phone. Either you teach me, I'll walk. She looked me straight in my eyes when she texts while I was on that phone. Or I walk and sue you, right? I'm telling you what I told Jessica Doug Miller, assistant manager. I don't want to hear no steps. God said I deserve a spot, and I'm not about to let these Houston and Dallas get in my way because they don't want change. God said, do you accept me or you will let racism stop you? Black racism stop you with Mexican. Would you accept me? I told the FBI to tell the Justice Department to tell Doug Miller, would you accept me or would you deny me? Would you deny God? I showed you the spiritual behavior of everyone. God say, what else can we do with women? But they got a motive, right? They ain't gonna eat. Everybody with lying racism, they got a problem they got a racism problem in Texas. It ain't about no damn competition. I've been one. That lying yellow breeze in Dallas, Texas, they been lying. And they want to get mad and team up and think they winning. I'm going to text my lawyer and tell her, you remember when you first told me you got other clients? I'm the realest client you got. And I told the Justice Department, I'm the realest client you got. I'm the realest client you got. And we're going to say it in a nice, how you doing, my lawyer? We're going to say it in a nice manner way. We're going to be nice about it.